Hey guys, this is Lee. Today I want to show you the result of an experiment with Phals I started out about 6 to 7 months ago. And this is how my experiment turned out. Ta-ta! Quite nice, right? These are the Phals I took from my partner's late mother, and they were all in a bad situation. They either had no roots or just little roots and were just slowly withering away. So I thought, well, hey, I might as well take them and try to save them. But of course, I knew I wouldn't be able to keep them forever, so I needed to find a way they can be grown without much care and then give them back to my partner's father. Look at these flowers and the flower spike. I think it's quite spectacular, especially this one. Okay, it's two plants though. So what did I do? I planted these Phals into Lechuza basic pond. It's not orchid pond, it's basic pond. It's those little inorganic pebbles that contain no fertilizer, because I read somewhere that fertilizer is going to kill them. I started this experiment because my friend Andre said, well, he has very, very good results with Lechuza orchid ponds. He was very, very convinced by it. And I'm like, hey, I'm not too sure. We've tried Leca, and Leca worked in the beginning. And then over the years, it somehow doesn't work. So I don't know if this thing will be working forever. But for now, considering the Phals were dying 6 to 7 months ago, this is quite remarkable, I think. So let's take a closer look. So let's talk about the obvious first. This is ugly. It's algae, of course. But obviously it didn't harm the plant though. It's a self-watering pot, and of course I could try to lift the upper part and then clean the lower part, but hey, I just don't want to do it. And you can see the root has already grown into the pot, which is good, so self-watering at its best. What did I do with these plants? As I said, they were mostly rootless. So I just put them into this Lechuza basic pond. And then when the roots came out, see, I planted two in one pot because no space, no pots. I realized they were growing too far up, and then I added some of this Lechuza thing on top so the roots could reach the media. And I realized when the water level was this low, it wasn't enough to hydrate the plant. And so I filled it up like this, almost to the top. And then the leaves were getting firm again. In the beginning, all the leaves were just very, very soft, and I don't know what the word is. But after a while, once the root growth started, the leaves firmed up again. And yeah, this is quite convincing for now. I don't know what the roots are going to do in a while, say in a year, I don't know. And I can't tell what the roots are doing actually, not because this is not a translucent pot, but looking at the leaves, looking at the flowers, they should be doing fine. And by the way, these plants are growing under artificial light except for one. Yeah, just look at it's two plants, so it's at least two flower spikes, I guess, but even then it is really, really nice to see how these flowers grow. Ooh, and there are some buds which are not open yet. This one here, less impressive, right? These are the newest leaves. They're firm. One flower spike. You can see the roots here, and don't want to disturb them, but I think they're doing okay. Do I see a root tip? No, I don't. But they look green, and yes, you can see this is how the leaves looked, or even much worse than that. Very leathery, a lot of wrinkles, but this has plumbed up a bit. I don't think this leaf is going to stay forever, but that's all right for now. But the new leaves are firm as we know them from semi-hydroponic. And here you can see the algae. Of course, you could try find something to cover that part of the pot up, but then I would have to lift it out to see how far the water level is, so why bother? Next one here, same thing, one flower spike. Won't focus, I don't know why. So you can see the flower spike, and you can see I planted this pretty much deep into the pot because the roots just wouldn't reach the media. And you can see it's green, maybe it's even too much water. And that's the smaller one, and this guy's got a flower spike too. So good. So the leaves are firm too. You can see this is an old leaf, and then that leaf came. Of course it was smaller because the plant was stressed, but then it put out the next leaf which was larger, and then the next one, and then this flower spike. Again, algae, but I think this one's doing okay too. And then we have this one. Let's check out the roots first. Yeah, you can see a root tip there. The problem is somehow I don't get the roots into growing to the, don't get all the roots into growing into the pot. So they're wasted, but hey. It seems it does have some roots though. This leaf is all shiny and firm. I think this was an older leaf, and this one too. But I'm surprised this leaf survived at all. And then we have a spike. People say if the plant is struggling, you should cut the spike, right? Save the plant the energy, but I think this plant will survive. And then we have this here, which I particularly like. It's not focusing now. Look at this flower spike with the little branches that grow like this. It is not in full bloom yet, but once it's in full bloom, it must be pretty similar with this one. So, yeah. And the leaves are firm too on this one. Okay, the lower leaves are dying, but that's all right. I think there should be lots of roots. Why is it not focusing? There should be lots of roots down in the pot. And it's just 2 small wicks here. And then we have these 2 guys here. These 2 guys did not grow on artificial light because there was not enough space anymore in that shelf where my grow light is. I just put them on a windowsill. They're both sitting on a west-facing windowsill, but they started out with, I think I saw new root tips, and though I thought like it's kind of safe to put them on a windowsill instead of on artificial light. They weren't doing too bad, and they have been doing great ever since. I don't know what's wrong with this leaf here because it's not the lowest leaf, but this one's dead, of course. But the rest, the leaves are all firm, nice and firm. These are two plants that I put in one pot because no pot, no grow space. This is a different pot. You don't see the ugly algae, but you don't see the water level very well either because there's algae here and then you don't see the water level anymore. I can just estimate by lifting the pot and, or guess, even not estimate, guess if it's enough water, and this is very heavy. Can I see the water level? No, I don't. Or is it? I think it's down here. I see the water, I guess, is moving. Well, maybe it's quite high already, but I don't know. 1, 2, 3 flower spikes or something like that. And then a little branch from the older flower spike. So this plant is happy, no artificial light. And this guy, I showed in a short the other day, or just today. It's also doing very well. It's got the most beautiful flower spike I have ever grown out. Look at that. It's like a, as I said, like a Dendrobium densiflorum. Very nice. Yeah, so that's the end. Wait, it's not the end. And then there's this one. Honestly, this one has been in the worst state. And I don't know if this one's gonna make it. Actually, okay, there are new leaves. The leaves are firm, but I checked the roots today. We have one living root tip, as you can see there. Very green, very nice, but I don't know if that's enough. The other roots, there's nothing alive here. Neither is here. So, I don't know, this plant doesn't look too good. We will see. But if you do the math, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, most are in bloom, and this one's still struggling. So I think the ratio is not too bad. Let's see what the plants do in the long run. I'll keep you guys updated. Bye.